Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about the troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous.
Imagine there really is a secret conspiracy. There's a global government that wants to more effectively control everyone. To make you more obedient, they modify your hormonal system from the very beginning, from early childhood. Hormones directly control your state, and if it's possible to influence them, why not do so? If a man has high testosterone and something doesn't sit right with him, a group of high testosterone men will gather and charge forward. But with low testosterone, men just lie on the couch watching football. If you look at the lifestyle, what people eat and drink, you'll see an enormous volume of products that reduce testosterone production, alcohol, dairy, refined products, an abundance of sugar. All of this kills testosterone. Deodorants, gels, shampoos, and other hygiene products containing triclosan, parabens, sulfites, sulfates, fluorides, and aluminum also suppress the hormonal system. But do you know this? No. Does it affect you? Yes. Who creates and pushes these products onto people? The majority of the world's global corporations. Let me tell you a few important things you must learn and realize. And perhaps, some wouldn't want you to finally understand how things work here, but nevertheless. More than half a century ago, Bertrand Russell, a British philosopher and logician, noted that cinema might be the most important of all modern means of propaganda leading to near global uniformity. The cinema of his time had a negligible influence compared to the modern mass media. But even decades ago, Russell recognized that most young people in almost all civilized countries drew their ideas about love, honor, ways of making money, and the importance of good clothing for an evening spent watching what Hollywood deemed appropriate for them. Quote, I doubt that all the churches and schools combined have as much influence on young people as cinema. Hollywood producers are the high priests of a new religion, and Edward Bernays, the founder of modern propaganda and advertising, could say this about the masters of media almost 100 years ago. Quote, in almost every act of our daily lives, whether in politics or business, in our social conduct or ethical thinking, we are dominated by a relatively small number of persons who understand the mental processes and social patterns of the masses. It is they who pull the wires that control the public mind. So, if the media elite wielded such control back then, how much more manipulation might be happening today with the multi-billion-dollar high-tech propaganda tools of the 21st century? People live in an illusion that hinders their spiritual development. And this is not about the construct of reality, but about the perception of this world. Let me give you a small list of things that don't exist, yet many still believe they do. There is no legitimate authority or state in the world. Everyone just robs and maintains their power through deceit and violence. There is no such thing as rights, and even human rights and freedoms are a facade. There's no righteous war. All wars are always deals among the elite to suppress protests, redistribute property, and change the rules of the game. There can be no just laws in a parasitic civilization. There's no truthful media, healthcare, or education. There aren't even the slightest guarantees of safety. And, of course, there's no religion that represents God on earth. The purpose of any religion is to make you seek God outside yourself and forget about your own divine nature. Stop believing in the dogmas, false knowledge, norms of behavior, rules, laws, and values imposed on you since birth. Spiritual growth starts with something simple. Question everything society has imposed on you and start listening to your inner voice. Everything else is just a choice without a choice.
Doctors don't want you to know this. For every problem in the body, there are frequencies that can heal you. Nikola Tesla said, "If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequencies." If you have trouble sleeping, listen to the frequency of 3 Hz. This calming frequency will lead you to deep and restorative sleep. If you're feeling anxious, listen to the frequency of 432 Hz. Let this harmonious vibration calm your mind. If you want to lose weight, listen to the frequency of 280 Hz. This frequency is known to stimulate metabolism and aid in burning fat. If you're feeling unwell, listen to the frequency of 528 Hz. This healing frequency brings relief and supports your body's regeneration. If you're experiencing pain, listen to the frequency of 174 Hz. It can alleviate your suffering and restore overall well-being. And if you're feeling drained of energy, listen to the frequency of 417 Hz. You'll regain lost vitality and feel a surge of energy.
This is a field of medicine that studies the connection between a person's psychological state and physical health. According to psychosomatic theory, mental and emotional issues can directly impact the body, causing or exacerbating various illnesses. Hippocrates was the first to say that the body and soul are connected. When the soul suffers, the body suffers too. This is how psychosomatics began. Sigmund Freud proved to the world that repressed emotions turn into physical symptoms. And it's true. Some diseases, known to all doctors, are pointless to treat without involving the psyche. Wilhelm Reich talked about the muscular armor, fear, anger, and other emotions that get stuck in the body, and by working through them, we heal. Hans Selye taught us that there's good stress and very bad stress, and constant tension exhausts our bodies, leading to illness. Finally, Dr. Hamer explained that every illness has a biological program. Every disease has its own meaning, and without understanding this meaning, it's impossible to heal. You make yourself ill. You cause your own illness. If your mind is strong enough to make you sick, it's strong enough to heal you. Every pain in the body is an attempt by the subconscious to send you a message. If someone has back pain, it often indicates something is weighing heavily on them. Such people carry a heavy burden. They have a job they dislike. They're in a marriage they don't want. They feel as if the whole world is on their shoulders. If someone has arthritis in their hands, it means they're afraid to let something go. These are truly signs from the They don't try to find the root of the person's problem. But the fact is, the problem is always in the mind. The human body replaces 98% of all its atoms in a year. You create a new liver every 6 weeks, new skin every month. In less than a year, you replace your entire body down to the last atom, meaning that right now, you're seeing your 2023 model, and the body you had last year is gone. This means you really can heal yourself from anything. The hardware is your brain. And then there's the programming, your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and desires. But where's the programmer? It's consciousness. It's the quiet space between thoughts.
Our brain is amazingly plastic, as proven by scientists. Everything we think, feel, or do leaves a trace in the form of neural connections. Let's explore how this has been studied and why it's important. Donald Hebb, a Canadian neuropsychologist, was the first to formulate the principle of neuroplasticity. Neurons that fire together wire together. This means that repeating a thought or action creates a stable connection between neurons. For example, if you constantly think, "Success is hard," this thought becomes automatic and influences your behavior. American scientists Elizabeth Gould and Fred Gage proved that our brain is capable of change throughout life. Their research showed that even in adults, new neurons are formed in the hippocampus, a brain region responsible for memory and learning. This means you can rewrite old beliefs and create new ones, even if you feel stuck in the past. Research conducted by the University of Leipzig demonstrated that the subconscious plays a key role in decision-making. Moments before a person becomes aware of their decision, specific neural networks are activated. This proves that your subconscious beliefs essentially govern your life. If negative programs are embedded there, they will influence your success and choices. At Harvard University, scientists conducted experiments confirming that habits are formed through neural connections. The more you repeat an action or thought, the stronger the corresponding connections become. This explains why limiting beliefs, repeated since childhood, are so difficult to change. But the good news is, you can reprogram them by creating new positive habits.
A thought is an electric charge in the quantum field, and a feeling is a magnetic charge in the quantum field. The way you think and feel emits electromagnetic energy that influences every single atom in your life. A thought sends a signal, while a feeling, an emotion, returns the experience to you. So, if a person lives in anger, impatience, resentment, or disappointment while harboring intentions for their future, their mind and body are in contradiction. There is no vibrational alignment between anything and their envisioned future. They wait for healing to begin feeling gratitude. They wait for success to bring them abundance or power. They wait for new relationships to bring love. This is the old model of cause and effect. Newtonian physics. You've probably heard many people talking about the idea that we live in a matrix. The matrix is a concept that metaphorically describes a system of control, limitations, and illusions that shapes our perception of reality. This idea was first brought into the spotlight by the iconic film The Matrix, but the concept itself is much deeper, with roots in philosophy, esotericism, psychology, and even scientific research. The matrix, broadly speaking, is a collection of structures, social, mental, economic, religious, and technological, that shape our perception of the world and govern our actions. It makes you perceive the world as limited and fragmented. You believe your sensations, thoughts, and desires are your own, but often they are dictated by external systems of values and programs implanted from the outside. The key instrument of the matrix is the ego. It creates a sense of separation, fear, and desires for power and recognition, keeping a person in a state of dependence, even at the physical level. For example, habits and stress hormones foster survival as the main goal. These are biological programs. The system is not dismantled through struggle but through inner awakening. The less you participate in it, the weaker its influence becomes. Then you begin to create a new reality, one where your energy is directed not at maintaining external systems but at building your own reality, founded on freedom, harmony, and love.
The energy field is an invisible field of energy surrounding every living being. This field, sometimes referred to as the aura, reflects our physical, emotional, and spiritual state. It is believed to change based on our mood, health, and environment. The energy field interacts with the environment and other people, influencing our perception and communication. For instance, positive energy can attract people and foster an atmosphere of trust, while negative emotions may repel others and create tension. Did you know that when you meet people, there is a frequency balancing happening between your electromagnetic fields? For example, if you vibrate at a very high frequency and the person you meet vibrates at a very low frequency, a balance occurs. Your high frequency will decrease, while their low frequency will rise to neutralize and balance the overall frequency. This is how people steal your energy. This is why it's crucial to be mindful of the people you allow into your space. These fields transmit their emotions, states, and thoughts, all of which are passed on to you. These fields are manifestations of their inner state. So, be cautious about who surrounds you. Remember, practices like yoga and meditation are aimed at harmonizing your energy field, improving overall well-being and inner balance. Understanding your energy field can help you become more aware of your needs and those of others.
So, stop listening to the voices whispering to you about how the world is supposed to be. Stop absorbing dogmas, fears, and tales of changes that will happen someday. Nothing will change unless you do. This culture, this society, is like a leaky trough drifting along the currents of its own illusions. The system holds you tighter than chains ever could. Question everything you see, hear, and feel. This world is a projection on the walls of your consciousness. Everything you seek is already within you. You are, and you are not. You are real, and you are an illusion. This is the truth. You are free, even if everything around you is nothing more than smoke in the wind. Perhaps it's not about waiting for change at all. Perhaps everything has already happened, and you missed it because you were searching for answers outside of yourself instead of within. Erase the boundaries. Look deeper. Everything you have ever known is merely a reflection of your own shadow. Stop searching. Just be.